Okay, so we messed up.
Uh, well, I messed up, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Our original recording of our topic, what we were supposed to talk about, is gone forever.
Yes.
But it didn't really go anywhere in the first place.
Yeah. So like this week on 2Geeks2Mics, our starting topic was dreams, and for like about, I'd say 16, 15 minutes, we were talking about like just dreams we had, just stuff about dreams. And I guess the recording didn't go through. Like a message popped up. It was like, oh, recording has stopped. And I was like, oh, I guess I pressed it by accident. So I started recording again, but I failed. I guess it didn't record at all. So
Believe me, the topic didn't go too far. We ended up talking about animals, but whatever.
yeah. So later on, I'll just cut to the recording we did. We got 44 minutes of the first recording, but yeah, we ended up just talking about animals the whole time.
and then now you really think about it, and you're like, how can people talk about animals for this long? And it's just like, well, you'd be surprised. People are just like, what are you gonna talk about animals? It's just like, dude, watch, believe me, it's insanity.
And if you're wondering how we got like to animals, we talk about dreams for like 5 minutes, and then you kind of notice the transition towards animals, and like animals in general. So it's pretty.
And it actually made a pretty fantastic conversation, in my opinion. Dude, we're overhyping it. People are gonna be like, dude, this is gonna be the best episode we've ever made.
We've made one. So
dude.
I mean, it's not.
We made two, dude. Our pilot. That's gotta count. Yeah. In terms of reception that we've gotten, people have asked us to put music in the background. We're not gonna do that. We have no idea how editing works. People said not to curse. Fuck that. I don't do that. I don't believe in that. Something about racism. I don't care. We're all. Somebody said something about racism. I'm just like, hey man, I ain't racist.
This whole thing is like pretty raw.
Yeah, we try to go raw pretty deep in there, you know. We try to go deep. We go raw. We're very
rough.
You know, we're very rough when we do it. You know, we're very rough around the edges. But you know, once you get your hands on it, it becomes very interesting. The entire thing. So
as we go on, I'm sure we'll polish ourselves up. But
what if we don't? What if there's always a chance that we're just like this will be pretty much the same throughout. Nah, but hopefully, yeah, we do end up being smarter in how we do it. In terms of like how we record.
Yeah, obviously. I doubt I'll mess up I hope I don't mess up the recording again. But
believe me, we're smart enough to wiggle our way through this, making it about animals now.
But yeah, there's something else I want to. So for now, our audio is pretty also messed up. So sometimes people tell us that like JB's audio is louder than mine, and I think I figured it out, but I didn't get a chance to mess with it this time.
Yeah, there's a lot of trial and error about like trying to get everything just right. And making sure my mom doesn't walk in like he was last time. Everybody's like, dudes, who's that opening the door? It's so annoying. I was like, dude, déjala. My mom's like, where's the remote? I was like, I don't know. I'm in my room. I've been staring at a computer screen talking to nothing for about an hour now.
Yeah. So, if you're here, still here, if you made it past these 3 minutes, thank you.
But yeah, I appreciate everybody viewing, listening. Just. Dude, somebody was like watching, like my sister was like watching the video of just the picture.
The YouTube video?
Yes, she was like watching, she was just looking at the picture for like 30 minutes. I was like, wow, this is really weird. It makes me very uncomfortable.
But yeah, one thing we should also talk about is our Twitter. We made a Twitter, but we've done nothing with it yet. We've like, we tweeted out our first podcast and then nothing else.
Yeah.
But I think this week we'll start using it. We'll see.
Yeah, like we'll see if we can make some of them funny posts. Do do you think we can use the fucking debate, like that we can use it.
The political debate.
Yeah. Somebody's just like, don't get too political. Oh, we're getting political, all right. We're dirty liberals. Of course, we're gonna.
But yeah, the Twitter's 2Geeks2Mics, same as the podcast name. You can follow us.
Pretty much just Google us and you'll find our SoundCloud, YouTube.
Dude, we're not famous enough to get a Google search result.
Dude, people are like, people like looked it up on YouTube and like with spacing, and like nothing came up. But once you remove the spacing, like the two things, the channel and the video come up, which doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. So follow us on Twitter, or not. I mean, it's up to you, really. I mean,
if you have a Twitter, don't make a Twitter and then follow us and then never use the Twitter.
The whole point, just kind of, we'll tweet out the episodes just in case, like, just a kind of reminder. But read us whatever you want. I mean, I'm just happy if anyone listens to this.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was a pretty good success, like a first episode at least, and self-advertising was just a whole ordeal.
Yeah.
But I mean, you got used to just being like, "Hey, watch my podcast, broski."
It was very what's the word? I can't think of a word. It was like a lot of grinding, just like texting everybody.
Yeah.
A lot of failures though, but you know, it's all good.
A lot of failures, like the entire thing.
This whole podcast, really.
Well, I mean, I hope you guys try to share with other people who'd be interested. If you don't like it, that's fine. But hopefully you do know people who might, and you can share with them. And yeah, I actually don't know anybody who's ever done something like this, which makes it, well, personally.
Yeah, like most people have podcasts who were famous beforehand, so they have interesting stuff to say because they're famous. Yeah,
they're just like, oh man, dude. Like, when I was just this party, man, the cops showed up or whatever, man, it was pretty crazy. And me, I'm just like, my 17 years being alive, I've had a lot of experience in media. That's about it. Pretty much our show's just talking about other people who do awesome stuff.
Basically. But yeah, if you guys have, like, any questions or suggestions or anything, you can...
Yeah, like, I really want us to be in tune with our listeners. Hopefully you guys can give us good topics. All 12 of them.
Yeah, if you guys want us to talk about anything, like, we kind of make up what we talk about, like the day of, usually.
Hey man, are you calling me a procrastinator, dude? Come on.
I mean, yeah, we're recording this pretty late because I procrastinated on figuring out the recording software that I messed up. Anyways. But yeah, just, you can tweet at us or leave a comment on SoundCloud or YouTube or really anyway, or you can text us. Most of our listeners know us personally.
Yeah.
But yeah, but that's enough about us. So we're gonna talk about dreams. So I guess to kind of fit in the time, we can kind of for a few minutes talk about, I guess, dreams for a bit. I guess one thing you wanna say about dreams, if you will.
Okay. I have no recollection of most of my dreams. For some reason, the ones that always stick out tend to be the ones where I get brutally murdered by a porcelain doll, which is what I was going to talk about, but I never got around to it.
So, the thing about dreams though is, like, I feel like that's you remembering only bad dreams is like evolutionary,
Mm-hmm.
Like, it makes more sense that you'd remember a bad thing because that's like usually something that can kill you.
Yeah, some reason all my dreams end up with sadness or death.
Death.
Never other people's death, which isn't fair in my opinion. Why don't other people get to die? It's always me. God.
See, the problem is, like, you also, because you said before when I messed up that you don't keep a dream journal, and that's like, dream journals really help you like remember your dreams. Because like you remember.
Do you think somebody's ever gonna make a movie just purely out of like the dreams they've had?
I'm sure you've.
That'd be so crazy, wouldn't it? Just like somebody's just like, well, here's what the nonsense my brain is spewing sometimes.
I mean, aren't really all movies just dreams someone had?
Dude, that's too meta. That's pretty meta right there. What does meta mean?
Like, what's that new movie that came out? Like Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children.
Dude, that movie probably got like 50 people watch it. Dude, if your movie is that hard to say, people aren't gonna watch it. Like, I firmly believe that, like, if you got like a long, terrible name, like the movie's over.
It's done. I mean,
it's done.
Yeah, I just kind of, when I referred to it like to other people, I was like, oh, they have the peculiar. I can't even say peculiar. I was just like that one weird movie.
Dude, it's too late for us to even be talking. Like, at this time, I should be laying in bed looking at Reddit for about an hour.
We record these pretty late. For what reason do we do this for?
Because we're procrastinating. Well, no, like it's the best time when nobody's walking around and stuff.
Yeah, I feel like when you talk later in the day, or when you do anything later in the day, like at night, usually like you have, I guess, lower standards. So like you'll want to say or do more. So I feel like this kind of helps us not filter ourselves as much.
Yeah, and then branch off into 50 different topics that make no sense.
Because our brains are just all over the place.
Yeah.
See, if...
Yeah, man, night school would be bomb as all hell, wouldn't it?
No, what are you talking about?
Dude, I bet... Because early classes suck for me. Having anything early in the morning, I feel like my brain's just like, nah, dog, you ain't ready for this, dude. Like...
See, but the problem is we also don't get enough sleep.
Dude, are you saying that a human can't survive on 4 hours of sleep? Is that what you're telling me?
See, and that's also... I also don't get enough sleep. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why I don't have as many dreams. Because, like, my body's just like, no, I can't waste energy on dreams. You need, like, all the sleep you can get.
Dude, I had a nightmare while I took a nap. I didn't even know, like, dreams were possible with naps. Like, that was by far the weirdest thing. I was like, man, these velvet Oreos are really doing something to my body.
Yeah, I one time like took a nap for like 30 minutes and I had like a dream that lasted years. And I woke up and I was like, man, I must like fallen asleep like for hours, but it was like 20 minutes. And I was like, that's crazy.
Man, what if like, yeah, like, because when you're dreaming, time makes no sense. Like, there is no time.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, could you theoretically be in a dream for millions of years? And, like, you physically feeling that time is going by that slowly?
Well, yeah, there's this one story about a guy, I forget if it was a coma or just, like, a regular night's sleep, but basically in the dream he was having, he lived, like, his whole life, and he got married, he had kids, and then, like, one day, he was looking, like, at a lamp, like, in the dream, and he's like, this lamp isn't right, and in his dream, he kept staring at the lamp for like 2 weeks, and then he realized, oh, I'm in a dream, and then he woke up, and then he went into like depression, because to him, like, his kids and family were all real.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and he
that is so disheartening.
Yeah, like it was all taken away from him, and I don't think he didn't kill himself, but he was like in a depression because his whole life was taken away basically.
Jesus.
And if that wasn't a coma and that was just like a one night sleep type thing, that's that's crazy.
Jesus. Oh my god. Like, the whole idea of false reality is like the scariest thing, isn't it? Like even if some, like, the life you live is pretty shitty. Like, the thought of like having a world that's not real is sometimes a scary thought, like a false reality, and that's not real, and you're just like sitting somewhere, like that's like with VR is kind of weird in my opinion, in terms of like, oh, you're in this other world. It's just like, dude, I don't want to be in another world because that's too scary for me.
But no, think about it, like probably around like 10 years from now, like VR is just gonna be the norm. It's just gonna be like everything.
It's just like, gets home, puts on that headset.
Dude, the headset's gonna be on all the time. You're gonna work through headsets.
Dude, I wouldn't mind, dude. What's the difference? What's the difference between like some jobs working at home and some other jobs like you're just like at an office? So can't you really just be at home?
Well, I mean, if you have an office job,
I just tell them like, man, I got a really bad sickness. I got measles. He's like, didn't they remove measles from the United States this year? I was like, you know what? This is an isolated case, and I think you're discriminating against my people with measles.
Together we stand strong with measles.
But it's just like, and then no, you're like at home, surrounded by a penny and a chip, and it's just like, I guess it's just you and measles. I'm so funny.
Oh my god. But that's so strange. Even if we get to the point where virtual reality is the norm, like, think about it, we're still gonna have like all this quote old technology, because we live in a day and age where like computers are everywhere, but you still have people with like, I mean, not, I was gonna say typewriters, but that's like very small, but
yeah, because I remember a while back you were talking about like how humans like will be outsourced, I guess, by robots. Not outsourced, but like so their jobs will be taken. Like, well, what about like you were like, oh, well, what if every job can be taken? Well,
yeah,
theoretically,
like,
any job can be.
Yeah, eventually most jobs will be able to be done like by a computer. Like, think about it. All jobs that don't require much education, like working at Walmart or even like any fast food, like that can be done by a computer. Even like the cooking process and packing up, like you already see like Walmart and HEB with like those computers that scan stuff for you, and it's like one person for 4 lane aisles. That
Oh my god!
It.
So like there should be like there should be like a guy who just comes in and it's just like, this needs to stop. There's 500 people up in this place. There's 3 lines open. One of them is like one guy, and the other 2 are self checkouts that are flooded by people who don't know where the little things that it's just like, god damn it, like flipping it all over the place. Oh, it's between the flaps. Oh, that doesn't make any sense.
I hate going to this like the self checkout and then I mess up, and then I need to have like one of the guys come up and help me. Like that like defeats the purpose of a self checkout. Like, I don't want human interaction. Like, get out of here.
But is the lady who's just it's always an old lady for some reason. The person who's just like this seems like everything. That's like the self checkout lady. Is that what she's supposed to be doing?
Yeah, because like what happened to me recently, like I scanned an item twice, but it was only one item, and in order to cancel an item, like she needs to confirm, I guess, to avoid people stealing, you know, like scan it, cancel it, but take it anyways. Mm-hmm. But yeah, what were you saying? Where was the question?
I don't know, man. What are we all about? What are we people? Why are we people?
Okay, in order not to get too far on the 1 hour, I think this is where we cut it off.
Yeah.
We're about
enjoy
to enjoy the rest of the show. We're about to start. We're gonna start back up on dreams, and then end up on animals. So.
Wait, no. Take off the dream part, and just make it. Well, no, whatever. It don't matter.
Nah, dude. We're just out on the internet.
Dude, could you imagine if the recording for fixing the other recording
got messed up? Oh, that'd be
dude.
Awkward. Have to re-record it.
Yeah, it's just like, guys, we messed up twice.
Okay, so yeah, we're about to go back on dreams and then just enjoy the rest of the ride.
Peace. Yeah, like I remember when I lived in Laredo, I had this one like very distinct dream because my sister had a bunch of those nasty porcelain dolls. Jesus, but that stuff is nightmare fuel. I don't understand the appeal of them either. Just like little glass, funny looking, scary clown dolls.
And it used to be like worse back in like the 50s and 60s. Like dolls were super creepy.
Oh yeah, they were just straight up like nasty. They were just like, hey, we made these out of paper mache and ink we found on the floor. Just like, wow.
At least now, like most dolls are like cute and like cute basically.
What the hell's with like stuff from the past? Like not like did you ever see? You've probably seen like pictures of like, oh, here's the Easter Bunny. From like the 1950s, and they look demonic and scary as all hell.
I don't know. That's
so weird. Like, do they not have the same standard of like scary anymore? Is it like some sort of norm where just like, hey, that's how it looks?
I mean, yeah, probably. Like they just couldn't make as good as costumes.
I think it's the same as like clowns, because clowns were like, I don't think clowns became as scary until like maybe the 80s.
See, I think it had to do with like Stephen King's It.
Yeah.
I think. Well, I mean, I haven't done any research or anything, but I assume that's like when the whole clowns are scary thing. Because if you look back on pictures of clowns and stuff, like they're worse than they are now, like normal clowns.
Yeah. No, like and people were just like, oh, like people had clowns at birthday parties. Jesus, like nobody in their right mind today would be like, oh, let's go get some clowns. Dude, like every time we're at a parade, or not a parade, excuse me, a circus, it's just like, yep, those things get close to me, and I'm gonna be pretty upset. Jesus, circuses are terrible. Oh my god, I can't remember the last time being at a circus and just like being like an older person at a circus. You're very more aware that these animals are being enslaved and ripped around. And
yeah, it's very sad, honestly.
Yeah, like they're not contributing. I don't think they're contributing anything to like, oh yeah, let's have a lion show. You know, these endangered lions, and then just whip them around and make them do tricks for us like they're seals. Generally, any animal. Did you know that they Jesus, give me a second again.
What? Angry Grant. Gotta fix your dentures, because that's what it sounds like.
My headset keeps running out of battery. I should prepare more.
I know.
But since we're too lazy to edit, we're going in raw. What was I saying? Oh yeah, circuses are just nasty. They smell bad. Everything's really overpriced. It's just...
See, but the overpriced thing is not really their fault, because they charge what people are willing to pay. You know what I mean? Like at Disney...
Based on the crowd numbers, I disagree.
Well, I mean... Wait, have you been to like a Cirque du Soleil? Oh, but that's not really a circus. That's more like... Do they have animals, actually?
I went to one of like Mexico this one time, and it was like pretty extravagant. I like them trapeze.
Well, are you like saying circuses from Mexico are bad?
No, that's the one I was talking about. That was specifically really nice.
Oh,
because maybe it's just like the certain ones that you go to are kind of like.
I'm sure. I guess up north they have fancier circuses with white elephants and white lions.
Not them black elephants. Ugh. Gross. Dude, have you ever seen like an elephant wet? It's like really dark. They're just ashy. That's why they got that color.
From the African plains.
Mm-hmm. They're all chalky. Well, yeah, I guess it just depends which ones you go to. Because the ones I go to, they're just like, you want to ride on this elephant? It's just like, no.
No way.
Yeah.
That seems pretty... That's weird. Riding an elephant?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, there's like... And then you like see one close up and you're just like, Do you ever think about how you've never seen like an animal before in like person? I was thinking about that recently. I was just like, I've seen like, I'm trying to think which one I'm talking about. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a seagull. No, not a seagull. Pelican.
Actually, I saw one last year, and I thought the same thing. I was like, they actually look like this. Like it did this thing where it flipped. It's like,
it like went inside out. It's like
yes.
It's like pocket. It's like mouth pocket.
It's little mouth sack or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, like flipped it inside out. I don't know why.
What does that do?
I guess it's trying to.
It's trying to assert its dominance. Like, come on, dude. Can you do this? It's just like no.
Whip out your sack, bro. Come on. Can you whip it inside out?
Dude, those things. I don't know why I'm specifically like grossed out when birds eat other birds, even though like.
How often does that happen?
I don't know, man. I've seen videos on YouTube. It's just like, it's eating a duck or a seagull, and it's just like, ooh, it's like whipping around in there trying to escape.
Oh my gosh! Do they actually eat it though, or is that just like a way to mess with the other birds?
Believe me, they straight up eat it. Dude, even when it's like inside its body, it's just like you can see its chest like pulsating from it like wiggling around.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
They just don't care.
Yeah, I mean, man's gotta eat, you know? Pelicans gotta eat.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. Dude, could you imagine a pelican attacking you? Those things are pretty big, ain't they?
Yeah, they're pretty big. But
you think that thing could swallow a baby?
Probably. I mean, maybe Maybe a big
Like,
one, a big pelican.
I thought you meant like maybe a big baby would be able to fight it off.
Well, how much was that duck you said? How much do you think it weighed?
Maybe it wasn't even a duck. Maybe I overdid it a little bit. It was probably just like a pelican.
Because I feel like what would hold it back would be the weight. Oh, but
Do
also...
you think a baby would struggle that much? Nah, it'd probably be like, oh man,
No,
this
but
is
also...
fate. This is fate.
Also the bones. Because, like, a bird's bones are hollow. So, like, if it did swallow a bird, like...
Dude, that thing tries to fly away and it's just kind of like, oh.
Yeah, it just
starts
can't... It has
crashing
to
down.
walk around everywhere.
The baby's still kind of like, come on, dude.
See,
Get me out
but
of here.
how young would the baby have to be? Are you talking about, like, newborn or, like,
It'd
6
probably be
months?
up to newborn realists to get eaten like that.
But, I mean, who's
This
taking...
is definitely going into a title. Pelicans.
But, I mean, who's taking their newborns out to the beach on the boat?
Dude, what if it doesn't go to a beach? What if it just like... Well, maybe what if you're near the beach? Like, you live near the beach. And then it just, like, goes through your house. Goes through your fridge and stuff. And then
The pelican or the baby?
Yes, dude. An infant is going through all the pantry. No, dude. The pelican is... God, what are you, stupid? The pelican's going through your refrigerator. It's doing that thing with its mouth and it's flipping inside out as camouflage or whatever. And it just swallows up your baby.
Your baby's just chilling inside the fridge.
Yeah, it happened to be in there.
See, I mean, that could happen. I mean, babies are pretty stupid.
Yeah. I mean, babies don't know any better.
From what I've been told...
Do you think you can process a baby?
Like the...
Because I think that's what you were talking about.
Yeah, like the bones.
In terms of, like, yeah.
Because, I mean,
Do you
there's...
think it'll just crap out all the bones just entirely?
Well, it would hurt itself, wouldn't it?
Yeah, probably. It'd probably, like, cough it back up.
True.
Like, do you remember I don't know whether it was... I've heard about, like, some of them being, like... Oh, yeah, when, like, pythons eat, like, a calf or whatever, and it just, like, has to, like, puke it up, and it's already dead, but, like, it had to because it was too big. Things like that. It'd probably be something like that. Or just, like, straight up die.
It just explodes.
It collapses.
I mean, pythons are pretty dumb, though. They just kind of eat anything
Yeah.
that's, like, in their face. If they can.
It's just like, hey, what's this? Oh, I guess I'm having lunch today. And those things don't eat for a long time. They're just like, I wonder what's going to be my meal for the next 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And they just eat something and then they just go about their day. Snakes are really awesome pets for the for the type of person who's just like, I'm not really in the mood to feed my dog today. That can go both ways if you understand.
See,
wait, how did you interpret what I said?
Are
we feeding the python your dog?
No, that's not. I got that later, but like my whole why I was laughing was like, there's no pet dog owner who's like, nah, I don't feel like feeding it today. Like, there's negligence where it's like, man, fuck this dog, I don't want to do anything to it. Like, it could die.
AKA all dog owners in where I'm from.
Everybody
hates in the South. Dude, everybody's just dogs running around the streets in packs. You never see a chihuahua. You know why you never see a chihuahua running in packs? Because that's the dog to get eaten. That's the one that they survive on. Goddamn it! It's always like the biggest. It's like there's a husky running around. Remember we were walking, like down, and there was just like a husky just running around. I was like, dude, you're not even like supposed to be here. Like your fur is not meant for the valley's 90-degree weather.
See, but dogs they'll look both ways before they cross the street, though.
Yeah, I mean, that's like a different form of natural selection. Where it's just like, hey, you look both ways, you're in the running.
But dogs are like, yeah, they're everywhere. It's because people will get a dog there, and then they'll just eventually get tired and just like let it go.
Yeah, and I'm actually pretty surprised. Like, it's borderline impressive how, like, I wonder what like the day-to-day for a stray dog is. Like, do you think there's like a person who's just like, oh, this stray dog gives food, and that's how they survive?
I mean, yeah, I doubt they're hunting for food.
They got to be killing something. Well, what kind of like dogs like realistically eat? That's what I wonder.
I doubt they're not
can
quick
they just
enough to
like?
catch a bird.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Hey, you don't know. Maybe a pelican just happens to
Or
be.
maybe not fast enough. A pelican. They're not sneaky enough. That's like a cat thing.
Yeah, man, cats are crazy. Jesus. Yeah, like I for some reason mentally, I'm like, oh, there's a big dog. I'm not as scared as like a cat running up on me. For some reason, like instinctively, I'm just like that. Cats are just more fierce and because it's a whole man's best friend thing. Nobody's ever like,
Wait, so,
oh man,
So what you're saying is you're more scared of cats than dogs?
yeah. Like in terms of like what will attack me, I firmly believe that a cat is more likely to attack me.
I feel like
It could be a small cat, and I'm more scared of it. Like, no, it could be like a kitten, and there's still the thing in the back of my mind is like, dude, if this thing really wants me dead, like, it could probably do it. You know what I mean?
it's because cats really don't care about you.
Yeah, that's a pretty big argument of like, yeah, cats will eat your face if you sleep like an hour too long.
Cats, because cats don't love you like dogs do. Like, sure, they'll show affection sometimes, but then like,
Do you think dogs are like, because like they cut what is it like evolution in a way, or is it more like something else?
what's evolution?
In terms of like dogs being one with people.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like the reason we have dogs is because we only kept like the wolves back then. We only kept around the wolves that were like the nicest to us. Like the nicer ones were able to like interact with us
For
more and get
hunting.
more food. Yeah, and then eventually like they just like they're part of us. Like they're really good at recognizing like facial expressions because like of how long they've been with us. But cats,
No, like even like you see videos or like even me, like my sister like fake cries and my dog's just like starts like not like whining but like starts kind of like howling like a what's wrong type deal.
or even like when you lay down, most dogs will come up and be like, "Hey, what's happening? Like, are you dead? Who's gonna feed me now?"
Dude, when people are asleep, you think like dogs sleep at the foot of the bed because they're just like, damn, my owners are dead. My life is over. Time to chill with them for my last moments.
See,
And
dogs are always happy to see you though. Like,
yeah, like
no matter what you've done to them, nah, it's a lie. But most of the time, they're pretty happy to see you.
except the ones that are like put on a chain for 9 hours in the day, and then the other hours they're still outside. they're put in a smaller cage, just in case. I don't understand. Like I understand like having guard dogs, but like having the thing on a chain for like excessive amount of time. Is it like an enemy to the people who trespass, or just anybody who gets near it? Like that's what I wonder.
See,
But yeah, like had we had, dude, like a lion would never want to be a part of humans. Like you never think like, oh man, I'm hunting with the lions. Like no, there's no attack lions. It's just a lion.
Going back to the dog thing, the problem is with like guard dogs is most dogs down here like aren't trained to be guard dogs. Like even like any basic training, they're just trained to hate anyone that comes
Except the owner, I assume.
Yeah, like
yeah, because like it's very interesting how like even my dog was a little defensive when people come in, but like based off how I act with them, they understand like, oh, not a trespasser.
Yeah, a lot of the problems like down here is that the dogs, they're so isolated. Like they'll just stay in the backyard or wherever they are all day by themselves, and like usually only interact with the owner. So when they see anyone else or any other dog, they're just like, oh fuck, this guy's bad news. Gotta fuck him up with my barks.
Dude, like my dog was like barking at my sister's face, and it was by far the scariest thing. Like dogs don't mess around. Like we never understand like the severity of how easily a dog can kill us until like it's all up in your grill, barking and like growling, and you're just like, I really don't want to deal with this today.
Except for like poodles. No, not poodles. Chihuahuas.
Chihuahuas are always shaking. What's with that? Are there like coats so thin that like just oxygen is too cold for them? Like, is that the reason that their existence is just too cold and they're just like, man? Like, I feel like people literally put them on sweaters for a reason. It's just like, thank you. Like, you're just like, man, why you gotta put a sweater on your dog, man? That's degrading. But like a Chihuahua is probably just like, thank you, massa. My little funny head appreciates it. Dude, those things have funny as hell heads. I swear. I sometimes like massage them, just like, so cute.
I mean, I think you're right. Like, they're just their skin is just so thin they can't handle anything. But then again, oh no, there's no other small dog that has like such a small, like, thin fur.
Yeah.
I was thinking like Shih Tzu, but their fur is like, they're small, but their fur is pretty like thick
Dude,
with 2Ks.
I got a pug, and dude, the thing's skin is like 2 inches thick, so it's just like, ooh, it's so warm all the time. And then we leave it outside, which you probably shouldn't do. Like early on when we had the pug, like everybody was just like, oh, you gotta make sure to keep it inside. It's an inside dog. It has breathing problems. We all know. And then we're just like, we leave it outside for like most of the time.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
They're so fat too. Like, they're so chunky.
Yeah, like dude, those things like have like really bad health. Like pure breed dogs shouldn't be a thing. Like,
yeah.
dogs should just be dogs. Like because there's like issues that arise from pure breed dogs. Like they just have they have like massive underbites, or their brain are coming out of their heads and their eyes are like popping out. It's
as
like
a kid, I was like, yeah, I want to. Like, whenever I think about getting a dog, in my mind, I was always like, oh yeah, and it's gotta be purebred. Like, it has to be, like, cause of reasons. But like, now that I'm old, I'm like, yeah, purebreds are like pretty like mad. Like, think about it. The way to get a purebred dog is literally like to have incest or some sort of like
like it's at some point it's gotta all come back together.
Yeah.
There aren't like an infinite number of. There are a lot of dogs, obviously,
but not a lot of purebreds.
Yeah. And it's just like, man, we gotta get another purebred, and then you start looking at the family tree, and it's more like a family circle. So, so it's like really, really terrible for them. Like, Jesus, like a lot of them have like really bad, like pugs especially. Like I saw like a pug wawa or a chug or whatever you call a pug chihuahua. They're pretty neat looking, I swear.
It's like the body of a chihuahua and then just the head of a pug.
Dude, you know what's the funniest like type breed? Corgis. Any breed that they mate with, they just look like a corgi, but with like a different skin. Like I was like, there's no like I saw like 5 different ones. Like, oh, here's a combination of this and a corgi, because corgis are the little stubby ones.
Yeah.
With like
the floppy ears.
And it's just like, oh, here's it with a Dalmatian. I was like, man, this thing's probably gonna be big as hell. And it's just like that, but with a Dalmatian. Like, you're just customizing your character pretty much.
Well, what breed is your dog? Like, cause you have what, 2 dogs?
I have a boxer and a pug.
And a pug. Which one do you prefer, though?
We usually keep the boxer around because it breathes less.
Yeah, because pugs got like that weird like.
Yeah, they're no, but sometimes sometimes you try to love a pug, but then it's just like you try to kiss it and it's just like, no, dude, like seriously, you don't know what I'm about. Get away from me. I feel like a pug looked at himself in the mirror and it just like was like, nah, I don't think I really want to have things with people. I think I'm fully aware of what I'm dealing with here. And then and then you're just like, I love you, Nico, which is my dog's name. And then just like straight up sneezes into your mouth. It's like, it's just like, and I'm just like, damn it, Nico, why? We try to love you.
Now we're gonna make you stay outside for a year. See, that's the problem. You make him stay outside, and then like start sneezing because of all like.
Yes, that's what I say. I say it's like, no, I want him to be inside, even though he sheds a lot and he's ugly and his eye boogers are really bad and he smells.
Do you clean his face flaps?
Yes, we have to clean his face flaps, and it's really really problematic. I was like, oh man, there's something stuck, and then I was like pulling on a mole, and I felt really bad. I was just like, I'm sorry, Nico, I didn't mean that. Baby, stop.
If you can get like one other dog, what would you get?
I want a Boston Terrier, but like realistically, me being the good-natured fella I am, guys, my number is 956-478-2195.
What does that have to do with the dogs?
I'm saying that I'm a kind-hearted individual, and the ladies need to call me. Hey, dude, I actually probably gave somebody's number. That wasn't my number, but that's somebody's number. All 12 listeners are really gonna go ham on that number. Now, like I would probably realistically adopt a random stray dog, not a stray dog like out in the streets, like hey,
a sheltered dog.
Yeah, definitely. I have no real preference, as long as like. Well, let's see. Nah, I don't care. It doesn't matter. Just give me a dog.
My only preference with like a dog would be like I'd want to get him young, like not necessarily like barely learning how to walk.
But there are some. I mean, there's the argument with that, where it's just like, I mean, a lot of people do want puppies. Yeah, I'm probably gonna. Dude, this topic is good. This topic's probably gonna be mostly about animals.
It's not good.
All right. Well, people don't know what our original topic was. Well, no, they kind of do. Now, whatever, dumbass. It pisses me off how like people want like a baby dog, but then they just want the baby. That's why I suppose there's the appeal of Chihuahuas, because they're always babies.
Yeah. They're
always just little and funny looking and cute.
See, that's why a Corgi would be nice, because they're pretty small even when fully grown.
I don't really care about size. You know, size doesn't matter. You know, that's why the girls are into me.
See,
I'd
want like two dogs, like a small and a big one. Get like best of both worlds, because it'd be fun to have a
one murders the other. The smaller one manages to kill the big one. Just gets in the jugular.
I'd want like a big one, because like if I'd ever want to go like out for a run, like a small dog probably wouldn't be able to keep up as long. But like if you got a lab or like another like a German Shepherd or anything, like those things will run for days. But then also the thing with that, you gotta exercise them a whole lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like and the same thing about like dog owners upsetting me forever. That like I swear, like some people are just like, oh, like I could just leave my dog in my house. What's the worst that can happen? And then they leave it like pretty much like a fourth of the day, and like I mean like dogs aren't supposed to be alone for that long. Like
yeah,
it's probably like emotionally draining for them, and they don't know time. They don't know how long it's been. They're just like, hey, how long has it been? 5 years? Yeah. I love you. I love you, dude.
That's why it's good to like get like pairs of dogs, like someone else to keep them company.
Mm.
I mean, that's a lot of people that like they'll get dogs, but most of the time they're off at work or school or whatever, and it's just a lonely dog.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's actually really smart. I'm usually just like, dude, if you're gonna leave your dog alone all the time, don't have a dog. But then I was like, well, that's actually smart about having another dog, so they can destroy your stuff twice as fast, you know?
Yeah, and then dogs alone, like they don't do much. Like dogs aren't like, oh, let me try to find something to entertain myself. No, they just kind of like sit around,
mm-hmm.
and then if they really start to get frustrated, they're like,
do you have any gender preference when it comes to dogs?
No, they look the same anyways.
Right? No, I feel like some genders, or like some dog breeds just look like a certain gender. Like all those little white ones, the poodles or whatever. All poodles are girls. That's a fact.
No, as a kid, all cats are girls and all dogs are boys. That's true. That was me as a kid.
Right? How do you no with a cat? You really gotta poke around to find what's going on.
But yeah, with dogs, like a female or a male dog.
Dude, no matter like my boxer, like everybody assumes it's a guy because it's got like a man face. It's got a pink collar, but
yeah,
that's irrelevant.
You gotta start putting a pink bow on it.
Dude, that's like, come on, dude, you gotta stop labeling it, you know?
Oh yeah, dude, pink's a genderless color. Give it an equality color.
Like what? What does that even? Like a green, like a teal. You don't even really know what it's about.
But yeah, with dogs, like sex doesn't really. I mean, I haven't dealt with many dogs, but I just assume sex doesn't really impact their personality.
I assume people usually want males because they don't have to deal with having like the babies or whatever. Mm-hmm. But they also don't want to be like, oh, I can't spay or neuter my dog. It's just like, but sometimes you got to.
Mm-hmm. Because yeah, sex doesn't really impact the dog's personality. Like women dogs or like female dogs aren't more affectionate or anything, and male dogs aren't more aggressive. Like they're just they're pretty equal.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably like the assumptions like, oh well, I want a man dog, because I'm a man. Yeah. But it's just, dude, like I'm pretty there's like male dogs who are just like pit bulls who are just like cowering in fear of things, and I'm sure there are female chihuahuas that are just biting people left and right.
Yeah, it's all really just like how you are around them. They really take on your personality.
Yeah.
But then, like, cats are just, like, a whole different...
Yeah, like, but it's weird, because some cats are affectionate. And I have no understanding how that works. Like, it's like, well, it's all about how you treat it. It's like, no, like, I feel like it goes beyond that. Like, if I'm correct, I think some cat breeds, I guess, are more like dogs. Like, I think I read about, like, a certain one that has, like, certain, traits of dogs, like, oh, it likes being around people and it's very affectionate, unlike cats who just poop in a box and try to leave. Dude, cats will leave like for 5 years and then come back and be like, what's up, homie?
I have a lot of like friends who own cats, and they're just like, yeah, like I try to show so much love to my cat and it like scratches me and it'll like go away, and I'm just like, well, why'd you get him? Like, that's so unappealing to me. Like, I guess like they look cute, but
like, yeah, like it's all visual. Like, oh, cats are so cute, but then you realize like it's kind of like a car that's like really nice on the outside, and then the performance is pure garbage. It's pretty much that. Like you're like, oh man, that looks pretty beast, and then you realize it's like got like a 2005 truck engine. It's just like scratching you all the time and biting your nose in your sleep.
And then like cats pretty much just like tolerate you for food.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of like how exotic pets are. Like they say most exotic pets, most of them don't like build a bond with you. Like they're just like, okay, he feeds me, I guess I won't kill him yet.
So you're saying those crows don't love me that I feed all the time? Is that what you're saying, Alex? I mean, JB.
This is my nice way of saying, yeah, you should stop. They really don't. Like when you
go.
I've seen like those I forget what it's called, but basically a bunch of people with, like, exotic pets. Like sometimes they're
like I understand there's some people who like, oh, I have tigers, but like for a purpose, like I'm trying to preserve them, I guess. Like there are some of those people which are like 1 in a million of people who are just like, hey, I'm gonna get one of those funny looking armadillo things. See, that I remember the name of.
In my mind, anyone who owns a tiger is a drug dealer. Like,
those are the facts. If you own like a white Siberian tiger, like that's a whole other level. Like it's like
that's drug.
It's just
lord.
like yeah, that's like super drug lord. I mean, Tony Montana had like a regular tiger, but if you got like the white Siberian tiger, you're like Pablo Escobar level insanity. Like, oh man, I ran out of money, like rubber bands. I guess I should have a rubber band company just making rubber bands for myself.
Like, Pablo Escobar would waste like how much money? Like he would waste a ton of money on just rubber bands.
I think it was like $100,000, some crazy number like that.
No, and
dude, I would have just kept my money in like a small pile, just like dude, can we get it all together? It's just like no.
No, yeah, and one of the things with his money is like a lot of it would get eaten by rats.
Jesus.
Yeah, because like he's a drug dealer, so he can't really like have it in banks. So he would just kind of like have it
store it wherever, probably.
Yeah, like around different like houses and areas.
You think there's still some of his money just lying around somewhere in like a hole?
I doubt. I'm pretty sure by this time like someone probably took it. Because he didn't just like have an empty house. Like I'm sure there was people around just kind of protecting it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get you.
See, but at that point, why even have a rubber band? You know, just kind of keep it in a box.
Right, just dude. Well, he's gonna run out of that box money or whatever.
He's gonna change his rubber band budget to just box budget.
Do you know that he just has it on a pile and he throws it in a hole? It's just like then, but what is he gonna do with the dirt money? See, this creates more problems as we go along.
No, the shovel money, dude.
The shovel money, yeah, like he's gonna have people for that. And he's gonna have to outsource the jobs. It's gonna be this whole big ordeal. But yeah, like exotic animals, like people have like apes. If you have like apes are like the biggest line I draw because those things on a dime will kill you. Maybe not even kill you. Maybe just like rip your face off for shits and giggles. Like it's just be like, you know what I feel like doing today? It's like, what's that, Coco the gorilla? I feel like punching you in the chest and killing you. It's just like, well, all right.
No, but even like monkeys or orangutans, like even those can rip your face off. Like those can kill you too.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind having like let's see, if you had a pet and that like it would be your like it would like love you and like be affectionate to you. Any pet on Earth, what would you want? And like there are no drawbacks. There is no possibility of it eating you alive or ripping off your face or pooping in your mouth or whatever some animals do for laughs.
Definitely a tiger, dude.
A silverback gorilla, dude. I'd be on that guy's back as he's like charging down the street, punching bullies.
Wouldn't it hurt its arms like running on asphalt though?
Oh well, I don't know, because I think its knuckles are pretty like.
Calloused.
What is it? What do you think it usually is walking on, like grass?
Well, not even like grass, but like, I mean, where do gorillas live? They live in the jungle, right? Or apes, I mean.
Well, I don't know if like, because I know eastern gorillas do live in jungles, but I don't know about the other gorillas. I don't know what they're about.
From the west side.
From the west side. If you can't see, I'm wagging my fingers around with the west side thing.
I'd imagine. I'm pretty sure they got pretty thick, like skin.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, like everybody. The thing about dogs is we've mentioned this before, but like they've really bonded with people, mm-hmm. And like you can't just be like, well, I'm gonna take an animal from the wild and hope for the best. It's like no, like it takes years and years and years and years. And I'm sure even at the early stages, like wolves were kind of just like, oh yeah, I'll be your pet, and then it would just like tear five people limb from limb.
Yeah, it definitely took a lot of trial and error.
Trial and error, jeez. It's just like, could you imagine like the mindset of like the people who are starting it up? It's just like, all right, guys, so I brought this dog, and then everybody's just like, oh my god, why the hell did you do that? And it's just like, well, you know, I thought he'd be really helpful. He's like, dude, he's killing a baby, like, in this room right now.
And it's like, well, did we really need that baby?
It's like, we're overpopulated, you know? Dude, back then, nobody believed in overpopulation. People were just like...
I'm sure back then when they were barely introducing...
Dude, they were like, underpopulation. We gotta make more kids for more jobs and more work. And
yeah, well, I mean, back then, I'm pretty sure it's like 50-60% chance your baby dies within a day. Mm-hmm. Just birth complications. It's so weird. How did like cavemen deliver babies? Like, did they make an event out of it, or was it just like giving another baby again, Sheila? Seriously?
She's like, who is it this time, huh? Huh? you skank.
Cause like
it's just like
there are births now that take like hours. Like, would that happen back then?
Yeah. No, those people were dead. Like those people were like, oh, this birth has been taking several hours. Time to put her out of her misery. No, that's not true. But there was probably just like, oh, we're gonna need a C-section. It's like, no, dude. Like, yeah, it's over. The woman died of pain. There's no like, oh, well, what are you gonna give her for the pain? She's like, nothing, dude. Like,
see, but back then, I doubt like it's like now where they like lay down. It's like, I guess it's time to give a baby. It was more like
you think they're just walking around. It's like, god damn it.
And
they
like
were gathering stuff.
Yeah, occasionally feel pain until eventually like it just pops out.
Did they have it like in like a field? That's why their immune system was pretty strong, or they died like seconds after. And then babies, like human babies, suck. Like they can't even do anything.
Human babies are stupid,
right?
Like, some of them are cute,
Like
but they're
like
so
a
dumb.
like a fauna is just like born and it's just like, well, I'm ready for the world.
Yeah, like other babies like start out walking and like they can do all this stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and then humans are like, I need help with literally everything.
And then there's some well, I guess that goes with being a human. It's just like, I'm emotionally distraught right now. It's like, well, how are you going to communicate that? Oh, I'm going to yell. All right. It's just like, is there anything wrong? Nah, not really. Like,
I'm just kind of sad.
I'm just not really feeling it today, you know? It's too bright. Can you turn down the lights? Like, how do you ever think like a baby's just like, he's just like, man, like I don't really like seeing all this light. Can you like tone it down a bit? I was used to 9 months of darkness and sad, like just being secluded.
See, that doesn't. Is it just because other animals don't like have higher thinking? Do they just can't process emotion?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Or do
like
they? Or I'm sure they also feel stuff like that. Like
I'm sure they understand like pain and loss, and that's it. Like it's like somebody died. I know. Oh, that's sad. It's
Do you
just like,
think-
oh, I like my leg is hurt. That's.
Do you think animals ever remember deaths? Because like I know animals cry like once someone close to them like dies, but do you think like weeks
like
from
it
then,
comes back to them?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. It doesn't affect them, but they probably think about it more.
You think?
Or not at all, and because they have low attention spans. I don't know how attention spans work with animals.
See, but that has nothing to do with memory. Attention span is just like how long they can focus on something, but memory is pretty long for most animals. Like elephants remember for like years.
Was it I remember, I think it was a substitute who told us about like, oh, this guy, he was eating Reese's, and then there was an elephant, and he offered them, and he was like, nah, you ain't gonna eat my Reese's, and then he like moved it away from it, and then years later, it was like the same elephant was there for some reason. I don't know what was going on, another parade, I assume, and then the guy was eating Reese's, and he just got trampled to death. I was like, what does this have to do with anything, sir?
Wait. Oh, okay. I thought that was like the substitute that got trampled to death. I was like, wait, how did?
How did the elephant? how are you here, sir? Dude, you didn't hear? He got trampled by an elephant 5 years ago.
No.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, that's pretty. It's crazy of animals to do things. Mm-hmm. Anytime an animal does a human-like thing, it's just like, wow. Mm-hmm. Like, so crazy, but, I mean, they've been around for just as long as we have. If not
What's up,
more.
everybody, and welcome to 2Geeks2Mics. You ever think we're gonna
Uh,
be able to, like, domesticate a crocodile or an alligator soon?
Maybe not soon.
Like, I've never really thought of the idea of domestication in terms of, like, other animals. Like, I've always been like, hey, the pig and the cow. And
Well, what do you mean by domestication, like?
Well, I guess pets. I'm thinking
Yeah,
about domestication as in like having around people, which is like what like other like things we eat are used to. Because I'm sure a wild chicken would not be cool with you touching it.
I mean, I'm sure we could potentially, but right now.
Wait, Jesus, would you count like cows and pigs understanding like that they're going to die, like as a form of domestication?
They don't understand they're gonna die, though.
Yeah, but their entire life, or like their generations before them, had the same fate. Do you think they're just like, because how does it work with dogs then?
What do you mean?
Because maybe it's like, well, like why are dogs are so cool with people because for generations it's been like that, right? And it's just like it's in their heads.
Yeah.
How long have we been eating like cattle and pigs and chickens?
Not as long as we've had dogs.
Yeah. But I'm saying, is that not another form of like domestication with them being cool with us? Like, because like obviously if you go out into the wild, like a horse is gonna bite your arm, or whatever horses do, or they'll like buck you to death.
Are there even wild horses?
There are some wild horses. I'm sure there's a wild everything.
True. But at this point,
I'm thinking about that. Yeah, probably.
Aren't any wild horses or cows at this point come from a domesticated, like that they just got loose? Like, there's no legitimate. Are there like legitimate wild horses that have been wild for years?
Yeah, probably. No, definitely. Like, what do you think horses were up to beforehand?
Oh, now, dude,
Do you think that we were just born next to a horse and you're like, ready for the day?
Wait, so okay, what's our time at?
We're at 104, but I don't know what yours is at right now.
I think we're around there. We've had a very productive talk today.
Right? It went. Believe me, we're probably gonna have to edit the title for this, and we're gonna be like, "Hey, we're gonna talk about dreams," and then we're talking about chickens.
See,
it's really awesome.
It'll always be like that. We'll just start with something for 5 minutes and then not do it for another hour.
That's what makes it so fun, though. You expect one thing and you get none of that. All right, and for anybody asking for shout-outs, shout out to MG Beats for our intro and outro song. Well, which is all the same song. Shout out to, what was that guy's name? Mike McPhee for hopefully making us some really good art.
Shouts out to Shaniqua. Shouts
out to Ty Dolla. Shouts out to Damien. You know what I'm talking about? I hope you get my sick references.
Yeah. Dude, your references are out of control.
Yeah.
No, it's been fun.
Mm-hmm.
Let's never do this again until a week from now.
Let's try to not do it for at least 7 days. Thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate it, and have a good one.
I don't. I only appreciate it if you listen to it. If you're watching...
Anybody else, screw off, kid.
Yeah, if you're not listening to this, you're not cool. But if you are listening to this, you're actually a huge loser, so...
At the end of the day, we all lose. We're all terrible.